Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the PL-300 exam preparation series where we are exploring the third learning path, visualize and analyze the data. In this video, we are going to cover the topic use AI visuals, which is part of the section identify patterns and trends. We have been exploring some of the AI capabilities in the earlier videos. So in this video, we are going to explore three AI visuals which are part of the Power BI native visual family. So let's do it. So here if we go inside the visualization, so this is the area where we have the AI visuals and we have already covered the Q&A visual. So the three remaining visuals are the smart narrative visual, the key influencers and the decomposition tree. So we are going to start off with the smart narrative. So the smart narrative visual requires you to have multiple visualizations on your canvas, and then based on whatever is there on the canvas it will try to generate a narrative. So I have come here on the page which we created for one of the videos where we were looking at outliers and anomalies. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click here on the smart narrative visual, and after a few seconds it is going to come up with some text that has been generated inside the visual area. So here you can see that it has generated the text Hamanas had the highest total quantity and total cost. So it is actually picking up the most important stuff based on the AI capabilities present on the on one of the reports or on one of the visuals or multiple visuals on the canvas. So let me just use my mouse here to actually highlight a one point, and immediately if you see that this actually changed the narrative as well. So it means that there is some kind of a dynamic element inside this particular visual. So the dynamic element are the points which are highlighted here, or the part of text which are highlighted here with the blue, not highlighted, in fact underlined in blue. So let me just click on one of these. So let me just click here on tri-state, and you are going to see that it has opened up a new window where it says that you have the value given by the name V1, and it's saying product brand with maximum total quantity and total cost. So what does this mean? So it means that this thing which is shown here is actually represented by this hash v1, and this is actually a measure that has been generated or it has been picked up. So in fact you have dynamic elements here which are underlined in blue, and you can, using these dynamic elements, you can actually generate your own text. So this obviously uses the AI capability, but on the similar lines you can generate your own text and you can create measures that are based on some kind of a dynamic text, and there is some kind of a dynamic value here. So let me just show you another thing here. So here you can see that this is actually the maximum total quantity. So whatever is the maximum total quantity that has been represented by this V2, and it is shown here inside this part. So you can, using the same logic, you can generate your own dynamic text and include it as part of your visualization or a part of your report canvas. So this was the first AI visual that we had a look at. Next, we are going to have a look at another AI visual which is called as the key influencer. So let me just click here on the key influencers. So here it comes up with this interface, and here you see that in order to build this visual there are three areas. The first one is analyze, the second one is explain by, and the third one is expand by. So the mandatory areas are this analyze and explain by. So any measure or any quantitative column that you have in your data, you have to put in the analyze, and then in explain by you can put any categorical column, or in fact multiple columns through which you want to explain the measure that you have put here. So let's just have a look at this first. So here in this area I have pulled in my total quantity in the analyze, and I have pulled in my sales region and product brand in the explain by area. And you can see that some kind of a visualization has been generated here. So let me just expand this a bit so that we are able to actually understand what is happening. So what we want to analyze is the total quantity, and we want the analysis to be explained through the sales region and product brand columns. So if I come here on the visualization, first I see that there are two parts of the visualization. One is the key influencers and the other one is the top segments. So for the key influencer, the question that is being answered is that what influences total quantity to, and then you have the option to select from between increase and decrease. And then there is this explanation which is shown here, that when the sales region is northwest, the average of total quantity increases by 2.96k. So this is one of the insights that has been generated using the AI. So let me just go and change it to decrease and see if we come up with something. So here, if we just change the question from increase to decrease, here now you see that it has come up with further insights. So here it is giving us the explanation that once the sales region is central west, the average of total quantity increases by this value, and then something related to some of the other regions as well. And also you have a bar chart which actually explains what is being written here in this text area. So here you can see that we have the average of total quantity on the y-axis, and the regions which are the sales regions are here in the on the x-axis. And then the explanation which was given here is visually shown here in this area. So if you want to add more of your columns into this area, then you can keep on adding something here, and it is going to give you more explanation or come up with more insights. But what is the purpose of this expand by column? So this expand by column is not actually going to explain anything here. So the visualization is actually going to come from the explain by, but the expand by is only going to allow you to dig deep. So here, let me just go and add something in this area as well. So here in the expand by column, I have brought in my region ID from the regions table, and obviously this is related to the sales region as well. So the expand by column is not going to look for new influencers. In fact, it is going to look at the level at which you are looking to see the results. So here it is always beneficial to put in some kind of an ID and then focus our analysis on the explain by part. So this is the first part of the key influencers. Secondly, you also have this top segments option here, and this is going to come up with a different set of a question. And here the question is, when is the total quantity more likely to be? So again, the analysis is going to focus on the total quantity, but here we are looking at a different question. So if we say that when is total quantity more likely to be low, then it comes up with this kind of a segmentation that okay, there are two segments in your data, and for each segment the values are shown here, and it has done the segmentation. Similarly, if I go and see the result for the total quantity to be high, then again I am going to see something here. And if I go and click on this part, then it is going to show me further insights that okay, what is the segment one and how is the segment one related to the question. So here it says that the sales region is northwest. So it is going to come up with a lot of insights depending upon what you put here in the analyze part, then the explain by part, and the expand by part. So primarily we use it for the numerical columns, but you can also use it for the categorical column as well. And this you can actually come and you can set here. So right now, because we have the continuous column or a measure here, so here the analysis type is continuous. But if you have something related to a categorical column, then the setting here becomes a bit different. You can also have a look at the counts instead of just the influencers. So here we have the influencers now, but we can also have the counts, which actually show the estimated data points for the key influencer. So there are a lot of settings here that can be used to actually go and see the different type of results that you see in this area. But from the PL-300 exam point of view, this visualization, you won't be actually asked to actually build this visualization, but what you would be required would be to know how these results are interpreted. So you would be shown some kind of a picture of a key influencer or a top segment visual, and then there would be a set of questions where you would be asked that, okay, these are the results, how do you interpret? Because interpreting the results is also something that you should know. So you should feel comfortable about the visualization, how it is created, and just remember that the what fields are here, and then you should also know that how you actually need to read the results from this visualization. The third and last AI visual that we are going to explore is the decomposition tree. So let me just click here on the decomposition tree, and it is going to open up the window, and let's see what kind of material is required, or what kind of fields are required to actually build this visual. So again, here we see that there is an analyze field and there is an explain by field, and then there is this tooltip. So we know that what is the functionality of tooltips, and the functionality of analyze and explain by is similar to what we saw for the other AI visual, which was the key influencer. So let me just populate this with some values, and then let's see what happens. So here I have populated this visual with the same fields that we used for the key influencer visual, and here you can see that now you see a total quantity measure that we are trying to analyze here with the value of total quantity, and then you are going to see a plus sign here where it says that choose how to split your data. So let me just click here on this plus side, and here you are going to find four options. First one is the high value, second one is the low value, and you have this bulb in icon in front. So these are the AI generated, and these are the two where you can actually select if you want to do it from via the sales region or the product brand. So let me just focus on the AI generated first. So here it says find the value with the highest value for your metric. So here I'm going to click on the AI one, and it is going to take a few seconds, and it is going to come up with this sales region here. So here it is showing that how the total quantity is split amongst the sales region, and it is showing the highest value on the top because I said high value, and here you have the sales region. So here you can see that how the total value is split. Then in front of all these values you have a plus sign. So you can use this plus sign to then have a look at how this split is done through the other part, which is our product brand. So let me just click it for Mexico Central, and again I'm going to say that, okay, go do it for the high value, and after a few seconds it is going to come up with the results for the product brand, and where it is saying that tri-state has the maximum share. So here if I read it backwards, I can see that, okay, the total quantity as a combination of Mexico Central and tri-state is giving me this and this kind of a result, right? So this is again very useful if you want to decompose your results based on what you are looking for. So if you are looking for a high value, then this is the thing that you can see, and if you are looking for a low value, then you could have chosen low value as well, and you can add more fields in this area and you would have more understanding about your data. So this is a good visual to understand how a particular measure is actually built and how the distribution of this looks like across different segments or different columns of your data. So again, some kind of a question related to the interpretation of this visual can come, so that you have a visual and then there would be certain options asked about certain thing related to this visual, and you would have to pick the right answer. So this was all about the AI visuals. There are certain settings of this visual here as well, so all of these are probably very easy. So I think the only thing that you can select here is whether you want absolute values or you want the relative values, and then obviously certain things related to the appearance of the visual, the formatting, that how the tree should look like, and how some of the other parts like the bars and the categorical labels and some of the other stuff. So this is something which is very much similar to what we have already covered in related to formatting in the earlier visualizations. So this video was about the three AI visuals, a very important topic. Do expect at least one or maybe two questions on the PL-300 exam related to the AI visuals. So that's all for this particular topic, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.